This is one of the best budget tablets out there, though it does have some flaws. Welcome to QWERTY Art, where I talk about and review everything to do with digital illustration, from iPads to Wacom's and Photoshop to Clip Studio Paint. So, I'm not sure if you knew, but the first and second generation of Apple Pencils actually have the same internals and can draw with the same accuracy. The only important difference is the way it charges, and it's definitely a good change. It holds pressure on angles and also doesn't have any line wobble. And I can turn on smoothing to get a straighter line. Pressure sensitivity is also on par with Wacom styluses, though I do find Wacom's pens a little more comfortable to hold. However, that's not to say that the Apple Pencil isn't comfortable too. It's a pretty standard iPad unboxing experience. It comes with a Lightning to USB-C charger, a nice clean looking brick, and of course the iPad itself. The Apple Pencil is purchased separately and comes with two adapters, one USB-C to Lightning and one Lightning to Lightning, so you don't have to plug it into the iPad and make what you'll be drawing on is a 10.2-inch True Tone Retina display, which basically means that Apple has deemed there are enough pixels for you not to notice it. The color space is a standard RGB, or sRGB for short. You don't really need to worry about the colors. The display is not laminated, so you are going to see some parallax, which, if you didn't already know, means there's a small gap between where the tip of the pencil touches and where the line appears on the screen. I didn't find that to be a big problem, but it is a little harder to continue a line from where I left off. The screen itself looks and works fine, unless it's near an iPad Pro or something with a really nice OLED display. That's the only time you can really see that it's not the best, highest end screen. The peak brightness of 500 nits is fine inside when drawing with it or watching a YouTube video like right now, but it's terrible for outside use. I would also recommend getting a textured matte screen protector, something similar to Paperlike. With a 6-core CPU, a 4-core GPU, and an 8-core neural engine, the A13 chip is plenty powerful for the average user. It can even do some light video and photo editing. The only problem with it is the 3 GB of RAM, which means that in Procreate there is a maximum layer limit. A good comparison is to look at the maximum layers versus screen size for all the iPads. This one has a limit of 72 layers if using the default screen size. This is plenty, trust me. Unless you're a professional, then you really don't need any more than that. There's one more potential problem: storage. The base model comes with 64 gigabytes, and that's great if you only plan on using it for art. But if you want to do anything else, like maybe download a game or two, then you should consider upgrading to the 256 gigabyte model. And that's expensive. Which leads us to the 64 gigabyte model comes in at, drumroll please, $329 US. Now that's actually really good value. I even call it the best deal in illustration tech that exists. But if you want a device that isn't limited by 64 gigabytes of storage, then you can upgrade for the low price of $479 US. And don't forget the Apple Pencil. That costs another $100 too, so do the math. That's $430 for the base model, and $580 with extra storage. In conclusion, I do recommend that you get the 9th generation iPad with Apple Pencil, probably not extra storage unless you can afford it. And if you found this video at all helpful in any way, consider giving this video a like, comment, or you can even subscribe.